Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Wildcats about to kick it away and get this season started. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Michigan's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And they were in the market for a guy to make an impact on the ground, and they found him in this transfer, guys.
This was an offense that needs explosive play, so bring this dude in at the running back position and let him go. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
Man, let's see if he can earn the respect of his teammates. You know, you've done this and you have experience elsewhere. Now you get to do it for your squad, for your new team, all the hype. Let's see what he's got.
The give to the left. Breaks into the open. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning him into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
Running back searching for a hole. Inside the 50, headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
Man, can you draw up a better start for this offense? Coming out the gate explosive to start the season, get a touchdown on the board right away, create a lot of momentum for this football season.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Arizona's offense will have its first possession of the game. It's not always easy to know what you're going to get when you come into a new situation as a transfer, but one thing, David, that will translate for this guy, when there's a hole, he knows how to hit.
Yeah, and how nice is it to have a guy, man, you know exactly what he is, who he is. He's been around your program. He knows the lessons you want him to teach. He's the guy you want him to be, and now he gets to step in as a senior with all that experience and lead this squad.
Yeah, and David, he's worked so hard for this moment too, right? This guy put his heart and soul into the offseason workout program knowing this day was inevitably going to come. He's going to have an opportunity in this game to stat it up. He's going to get the ball early. He's going to get it often. A lot of people really excited to see how he plays in this one.
The give on the option. He breaks a tackle. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34. Let's talk a little about Arizona. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, That hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubts.
And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. This offense, not good enough.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll make the fair catch, but there is a flag on the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps its drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. The give to the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Let's chat a little big picture Arizona. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Hard in the backfield. It's Thomas. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Anderson wants to throw. Here's the pressure. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Arizona runs out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The give to the tailback. Turning it on. Got enough for the 1st down. Past the 20. Touchdown, Michigan. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Cal found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat. A perfect example of just how strong this program is. All about stacking wins there in Berkeley. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Anderson will throw. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but is not able to get to the first down marker. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. Way too much grabbing and tugging there. The offense will take advantage of the penalty. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Handoff from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Richardson. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pressure coming. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. So here comes the Michigan offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Back to pass, it's Baker. With the catch, it's Lewis. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line and it'll be a first down.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
Rushes on him. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
He wants to throw it again. Flushed out of the pocket. Catch in the middle. It's Marsh. And he'll be brought down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
That's caught. It's Lewis. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A run for the quarterback. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Baker. Got it in the middle. It's Harris. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice.
There he goes. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Hey, 4th down, I need a first down. Go to the plays I do well. What do I do? What have I done well all through camp? What have I done well all throughout my career? Call those plays, have success, get the first down.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Lewis. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He's looking to pass. Got his man, and he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterbacks got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So an 82-yard drive there. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Anderson wants to throw. Here's the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Looking for room, it's Fields. At the 35, he's loose. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. He's already busted 150 yards on the ground. Couple of big runs, and he might take aim at the Michigan record set by Ron Johnson of a cool 347 on the ground.
Wow, well, that's aggressive, Reese. That's a little ways down the road probably, but...
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to pass. It's Baker. Under fire. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. And that might be the edge of his range, but he had... enough. And they'll push that lead down a little further.
How about it? 50 plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. It's a fumble on the play. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. The problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. He'll take a deep shot here. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. On the run, it's Fields.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up and get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. At the 20, he's got space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Quarterback may change this route. From the red zone, looking for a man. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Baker. The screen, and watch out. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw it. Under fire. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. And the field goal unit is on the field. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. And the
the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws to the tight end. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Let's talk a little about Arizona. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career off.
Arizona runs out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Second down coming up. The give out of the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And the Wolverines really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Baker. Flips it out to the back. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
And the Wildcats come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to the back. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. On the option. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Anderson will throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. Keeps it and gets past the chains. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Caught over the middle. It's key. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
From the gun, the ground game. Breaks the tackle. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the... Going to throw it over the top of the knee. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air, it's Baker. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
And as an offense, you've got such a special talent playing QB. You've got to do a better job protecting him. If you can let this guy set his feet, he can light this defense up.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. He might want another play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Here comes the heat. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this, because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are.
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Looking for a man. It's Baker. Using the quick game. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Might be calling a hot route. Wants to fire on second down. Quarterback adapted. Escapes trouble. Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to go. For a national championship.
Arizona,
0. He'll bring it out. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Anderson wants to throw. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
On the snap, it's Fields. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. You know what? That's a bit of a trick play. Give it to the big guy. Let him tote that rock to the house.
It's a trick in college football now to even have a fullback in the game. Give it to the big fella. I'll tell you what, it's like tackling a tree stump. All legs, just big, stocky guy. Get in the end zone.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
And we'll have a shakeup in the MAC standings this week. Check this out. The Red Hawks of Miami came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks inside Yager Stadium had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the MAC is right now, and man, what a difference.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Complete to the right. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. They'll try the run. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Anderson will throw. Got a man. It's Key. Brings it to the open. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Nowhere to go with the ball and down. He goes at the 39.
And this offensive line's do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Pocket breaking down. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Toss to the outside. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They send the tight end in motion. The play action fake. Unloads to the right. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you sacked him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
They'll send the back in motion. Anderson wants to throw. Oh, they're after him. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Arizona runs out the punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. So here comes the Michigan offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot. And
turning it on. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And I really like the job by this offense because, listen, you've got the lead. Be smart with the football. You drop back, it's a scramble. The quarterback pulls it down, makes the play. Nice job. This is how you play with the lead. Take what the defense gives you and don't make mistakes.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. He's got it. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
That's some great toughness by the quarterback. Hanging in the pocket. Listen, knowing you're going to get smacked and still being able to deliver the football down the field. Good toughness by that quarterback.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Snap to the back. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. And the fumble trickles out of bounds, and a big loss on that play.
The defense is obviously trailing by a lot here in the second half. They need something big to happen to get back in this one. Turnovers is the key. They were almost able to get one right there. Nice job knocking it out. The offense very lucky it rolled out of bounds.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can get.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Makes the grab. It's key. Gets enough for the 1st down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter.
And that's in Arizona.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
3:25.
Looking to throw on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. They got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. All the way back to the 15. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it. Oh, he's got some space. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense has it, they're on the move. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats and get the INT. Nice job by this dude.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. And the Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. Running to Green. There he goes. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And this defense knew coming into the game with this quarterback's speed, David, they were going to have to be ready for him to tuck the ball and take off running.
But it doesn't matter. You know it, but he's so fast. You don't know about the angles, and you can't tell how fast till you get in the game. And he just takes off and makes big...
Turns it on down the left side. 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Michigan 51, Arizona 0.
And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And after the loss on that last one, an all-important second down play from the 12. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Bonifer. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Let's chat a little big picture, Arizona. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
Arizona runs out the punt team. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. They'll run the option. Breaks into the open. Gets it past the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one, the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out-muscle everybody for the football, and haul in the catch.
It's first down from the 11. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. New Mexico State took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Lobos that fired on all cylinders. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Quickly out to the tight end. He gets it up close to the 25, out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Quick release on the RPO.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. They'll run the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the fourth quarter.
They'll run the option, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
The Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Roach. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Rides to back and leaves it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.